Hello there, I'm Corel Painter Master Aaron Rutten, and in this video I'm going to answer a question from one of my viewers about how to use the new feature in Corel Painter 2016 to turn a Adobe Photoshop ABR brush file into a brush that can be used in Corel Painter and turn it into a blender. So first of all, you'll want to locate the ABR brush files. I'm using Windows 10, and on Windows you'll look in the C drive if that's your main hard drive where everything's installed. Then you'll look under Program Files, and then Adobe, and in the Adobe folder you'll want to find Photoshop. Then you'll go to Presets, and then Brushes. And these are your ABR brush files that you can import into Corel Painter. So now that we know where they are, let's go ahead and take a look at how to load them into Corel Painter. I'm going to go to the Brush menu, and then Import, and then New from Photoshop Brush Stamps ABR. And then I'm going to find that Photoshop folder, Presets, Brushes, and we can pick any of these. So I'm going to pick Thick Heavy Brushes and click Open. Now it's going to want me to give this a new category name. I'm just going to call it Thick Heavy Brushes. That's fine. It's imported 4 stamps from that category. And if we look up here in our brush selector, here's our 4 brushes. Now, if you want to rename these, you can always right click on them and you can choose Rename Variant to give it a different name. Let's go ahead and select this Too Thick Heavy brush, and let's paint with it and let's see what it does. If we tap, we get this stamp, and we can paint. Now this stroke looks a little funky, so we may need to adjust it a little bit in Painter. I'm going to go to the Advanced Brush Controls, and I'm going to find the Spacing tab, and let's play with the spacing a little bit. I'm going to lower it and see if that's better. I think I like that much better. You could also increase the spacing if you want more of a kind of stamp effect. Something like this. I think a spacing of somewhere around 5% works pretty well for this particular brush. So now that we've imported our Photoshop brush into Corel Painter, let's take a look at how to change it from a brush that adds paint to a brush that we can blend with. We'll want to locate the blending palette, which was formerly known as the Well palette. You can find that in the Advanced Brush Controls, or you can go to Window menu, Brush Control Panels, and then look under Blending. Now you have some presets here that you can choose if you want to just automatically change this to a particular kind of blender. So let's say Heavy Blender. Now when I paint, I can very easily blend with this brush. Let's try Light Blender. You can see it works a bit differently. Now if you want, you can turn on and off any of these settings here to really fine-tune this. We have Resaturation, which controls the amount of color that's replenished in a stroke. You could think of this as your brush having paint on it. So even though you're blending, if we turn on Resaturation and we pick blue, we're going to blend a little bit and add a little bit of paint, depending on which color we have. If we use no Resaturation, we're only going to blend. The bleed is going to control how much the brush colors smear the underlying colors. So if we turn this all the way up, then we're going to blend and smear quite a bit. If we turn it down to 0, we're not going to blend very much at all. So these presets are really just changing these settings automatically for you. So there you go. That's how you can turn a Photoshop brush into a brush that you can use in Corel Painter and change it from a brush that adds paint to a blender. If you found this information helpful, take a quick second to like this video and share it with your friends. And if you'd like to help me continue making videos like this possible, go on over to patreon.com/AaronRutten and make a donation today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.